I would say, interestingly, if there's one thing that I've received from this injury, it is some new discipline. Because I'm not sure in my entire career, I may have written down, you know, a workout like 7 times 10 with 3 minutes recovery. But because it's just so big and daunting, I never would stick to it. And usually what I'd end up doing is, you know, I'd be like, oh, I feel great through 10, so I can go through 20, then through 30. Sometimes I would do like 70 straight minutes, and that's all fine and dandy. But you're racing in practice. That's all there is to it. You're kidding yourself if you think that doing 70 minutes at 70.3 or above race pace is not digging yourself a hole. And so, you know, one of the big take-homes from the injury has been like half of Ironman, professional Ironman anyway, is not beating yourself. And to be honest with you, I'd say there's probably only one Ironman I've made it to where I hadn't already dug myself a huge hole that was massively difficult to get out of, and that was Ironman Arizona 2016, because all I did was prep for 70.3 until after 70.3 Worlds in Australia, and then I did like 1 4-hour ride leading into Kona, had a horrible race, did like 4 weeks of Ironman training, and then did my best Ironman performance I've ever done. 52-minute swim, 4:04 bike, 2:42 run for 7:44. And what's the moral of that story is, well, I gave myself a chance because I didn't overtrain myself to death. So, this is my 7th 10-minuter at right around 350. Last week I did 6 at 340, doing them on 3 minutes recovery. And I'm doing them as prescribed so that I can not overtrain and see my progression. And if you feel great, then up the power over the 10-minuter. Don't do it for an hour straight, because, well, you can if you want. Just know that that's taking, every time you do that, that's probably taking, you know, 1/4 to 0.5% off your A race. Just let it be known. And that deep-seated fatigue will show itself probably the final hour of the bike, and definitely the second half of the run. So, Kienle summed it up succinctly in his Breakfast with Bob interview in 2018. Bob asked him, because him and I had a good battle in Samarin that year, and Bob asked him, well, how do you think Lionel's going to do? And he said,
the problem is he's also very tough to himself, and like I said, it's sometimes you can also beat yourself, and we'll see on race day if he has probably beaten himself here before the race.
And well, that was the writing on the wall there, because I had certainly already defeated myself. So, newfound discipline is one of the take-homes, and a deep appreciation for what overtraining is, what it feels like, and how to prevent it.
So you don't think you're overtraining anymore?
Ironman is a game of a battle against overtraining, against ourselves, really. The vast majority of athletes will have already beaten themselves before they even get to the start line. So now, having a true appreciation for that, and why do I have an appreciation? Well, I had to miss all of my favorite races, early season races, and sit around, and don't get me wrong, I like playing golf, but I don't like playing golf that much. Sit around and do nothing for 3 months, watching everyone else, you know, do races that I would love to have contended for, and I had a lot of time to get my head on straight. So, of course, you know, to get fit, you got to push the body. But, you know, making your easy stuff truly easy is a good thing to do. And then making your hard stuff hard, but taking the prescribed rest and not doing it, you know, insane volume and insane durations is probably a good starting point.